Hello, 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 and welcome. Hey, guess what time it is? Well, guess what? Unbelievable, but I took and at one time, I wanted a double barrel shotgun, right? Don't have any. And I seen a double barrel Flintlock and I wanted that, but it was out. And I've mentioned this in some other videos, and I couldn't get one, They were out for a really long time. I'd look and they'd be out, and I'd look and they'd be out. So, chance to get one, slim and none, eh? Yeah, at that point in time. Well, guess what? Went up and took a look one day, in El Wemo. This came up for sale, huh? Yes, the double barrel, 20 gauge pistol used in the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. Not this one particularly, but one just like it will. Sparrow pow, blows the crow off the coffin, huh? Yeah. So, I had to have it. It's the only thing that came up, right? So I ordered that baby, and I got it, and we took and shot it a little bit, and we discovered that there's a couple things we didn't care about it. So it kind of deterred us from wanting to get the long version, because I said, well, you know what? The only thing they did is they took and changed this around, cut off the stock, chopped off the barrel, and here you go. So if you order that other one, the full size 20 gauge. It's got a, I don't know, 28-inch barrel, something like that maybe. If you order that one, it's just the same thing, except it's just longer, right? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Well, guess what? I couldn't be more wrong. I looked at the pictures and stuff, but they look, I don't know, I just never realized the huge difference in these. So what I did is I said, let's do a comparison. Let's take this here pistol, the double barrel pistol, yeah, that's what you're going to want if you have the pistol and the shotgun. And then this here double barrel shotgun, right away the cocks are completely different. One has a swan neck, and the other one has the what do you call it, the throat hole. Some of those holes got hearts. They're shaped in hearts, but these ones are circles. The frisons are tipped at the top, so you know, it gets into the steel differently, and it's a pretty nice piece of craftsmanship. So what we want to do is go over it real quick with the camera, and we'll take and pan over them, and you can see the double barrel pistol right beside of the double barrel shotgun Flintlocks. So let me take this camera real quick and do that. Let me get it down. I want to make sure that I am filming on them and I don't miss them, but you can see that the cocks are just totally different. This here plate is huge compared to that one. This is a pistol version. It's not this one or this cut down where they chopped it off here, you know. Yeah. So as you can see, they didn't do that. It's two totally different firearms as far as how they go. Now, the tops of them looks like that. There's the top. Okay. And the top of this, of course, is somewhat similar. Might have been the photos that they had, but they are actually pretty much, I would say, breached the same on the top, except there's more actual detail in the pistol around the edges. It's got like it's just a little more detailed. It's got like a bit of a groove around it, and I'll take the camera and show you that real quick. Maybe if I'm on it, hopefully you can see that. A lot of similarities. This here is flat, and this is tilted a bit. They're both exactly the same. At first I thought, oh my goodness, how could that be bent? But it turns out that it's not bent or nothing. So we take a screwdriver real quick and check the top of this here to make sure it's tight in the screw. Yep, so all the screws are tight there. No concerns there as far as the screw goes. So, needless to say, eh? Yes, needless to say. They are two different pieces. They certainly are. Very nice. Very nice pieces of equipment. I'm checking it out.
Ooh, he's checking it out, he is. He's looking her over. He's looking her over.
Yes, because I don't have any flint in this fellow, or this lady, whichever you prefer. Right? I didn't have any flint in it. It's got a bead on the end of it for a sight. I was shocked when I seen that. Old wooden ramrod. You might want to get you another ramrod, a fiberglass. Oh, I don't know, not fiberglass. What are they made out of? Fiberglass will get in your skin and you'll get fibers in your hand. That's no good. I don't know. It's a graphite or something like that. It's a cleaning rod. You can use that. That'll work really good. But anyway, I thought I'd do a quick video on and compare those two together. And this here one, let's do some caulking with this one, huh? Hear that? Ah, yes. The frisens come down. See steel, right? One flint touches, and the other one's got a little distance between it and the frizzen. It's close, but this one's touching. One might stick out a little farther. Will have to stick out farther than the other. Yes, both those flints are set totally different, and of course they're two different flints. So, but we go to the full cock position on that, and our front trigger pulls the right barrel, right? And so we'll get a spark. Ooh, that was a good spark. And then on the left barrel, turn it around, is the back trigger, and we pull it, and we get a spark. But I don't think it's quite the spark that the right one had. And it might be we need to move the flint a wee bit forward. We've got to change that flint, because that barrel is going to give us trouble when we go to shoot it, because we got spark, but it seems to be over everything and not into anything. So when we look at this one here, it is touching the frizzen when you put it down. When you look at this one here, it's not. So I would say this flint here needs to be moved forward just a wee bit to see if she'll touch the frizzen, because that barrel there, that's the one I had trouble getting to go off too. That when I did shoot it, I shot it, and that particular barrel did not want to go off. That is for sure. All right, so we got that loose, and we moved it up. I'm gonna get my other tool here and tighten her up. Yes, tighten it back down. Hopefully it will do that. It will tighten down, because it don't have much it's got a hold of there. That flint might be, I don't know, I think it's the same size as the other one. The flints all come in different sizes, so sometimes one's a little different than the other. But I was seeing a spark, but it wasn't a good spark. So we're tightening her down. We've got her pretty darn tight here. We're using this tool here. This is the tool you want to use. This one here, you might booger up the top of your screw, so you don't want to do that. Plus you can over tighten stuff. That's as tight as I'm going to get that one. Alright, so now both flints are touching the steel frizzen, right? Alright, so we'll do the right barrel again. We'll see how it sparks. See if I can get a good picture of the pan, huh? And that was a pretty good spark. And then we'll do the left barrel, which is the back trigger. We'll see how it sparks now. And I don't know. Doesn't seem to make, it didn't look like a difference to me. Maybe you could tell, but it seemed to be like the same old spark, regardless of how it was set. And that one there was super weak. So, oh, well, the flint's loose. So that don't help. It loosened right back up because it's a shorter one apparently, huh? So since we got a shorter flint, then we have to deal with those issues, right? But anyway, yeah, I'll work on that here in a little bit. I'll change that around and see if I can't get a little more aggressive spark out of that. That flint's pretty sharp and everything. Get a little more aggressive, huh? That's what we need. This one here, you cock it like it just hasn't been shot. And of course the prisms, they flip down good. Full cock, put these back up. It's mechanically it feels really, really good. And then of course you don't want to dry fire it. So put those back up. But anyway, it's a pretty cool piece. But yeah, they're totally different as you can see. They're not this one cut down. Or what do I mean this one? I mean, they're not this guy cut down into this one. They're two totally different pieces. Although you don't catch that when you're looking at them on the pictures and stuff. They kind of like, oh yeah, and you just maybe assume that. And that's where you get into trouble, because when you assume, you make it, you know what, out of UME, right? All right, so don't assume things, my friend. Okay, well anyway, I want to do that quick comparison. I'm going to reset that flint, see if I can get that thing where I can get a lot better spark out of it. Maybe I don't know. It's a plenty sharp flint. It should do the trick. But it ain't too much holding it in there now. It's a little bit of a shorty. So, and you'll get that. And the other side, where we're getting good spark, has a tilt on it. It's tilted down, where this one here is straight. So that might be the case, huh? I need to tilt the flint in there and tighten her down on a tilted flint. So, yep, the straight flint gives you a little spark.
Very little, very little.
All right, let me sign off of here so I can goof around and see what I can do to get this spark working better. And then maybe next time I bring this particular historical artifact out, reproduction, it will be more impressive, huh? Yes, more impressive. So everybody have a great day and hope you're enjoying yourself. It's raining out and it warmed up, so, you know, it's muddy. If I take my dogs out, it's not going to be a whole lot of fun. I tip my hat off to the ladies that may be watching. Yes. So we do have a few ladies that like flintlocks, we do. When you like to run into one of them that's single and a gorgeous doll, huh? Then you could have your whole world, flintlocks and good times, and the wife's into it. Unfortunately for me, well, you know, I got one too many, and I'll be reminded of that too. So, yes, we're not into that kind of stuff. But I am, so, and I didn't used to be, but I am now. So it's a nice thing to have in common. It's a cool hobby. And plus, you know, if you watch some of my other videos, you just don't know who all you're helping out by purchasing these guys, because they do come from a rather poor country where there's lots of children. So I would hope that the benefits from these are passed all the way around. I know I did a little, I felt kind of guilty one day, and I started praying to the Lord Jehovah in heaven, and I was feeling really guilty and bad, and I was sad because I kept praying for frivolous things. You know, I told some hunting stories that's quite interesting and amazing, and so I just was like, you know what, all this stuff going on in the world, and here I am wanting frivolous things. Well, guess what? I consider this to be a frivolous thing, but if you watch my video, and if this actually fed children in India, because the guy who crafted it took his money to buy food and groceries for children in Pakistani refugee camps in India or whatever he did. If that happened, well, you know, there's some really biblical stuff going on there. So getting back to the point, I prayed about that, and I got an answer back on that too. And you know what I was told? I was told that it's not my call on what are frivolous things. It is Jehovah God in heaven. It's his call. He will decide what is frivolous and what is not, what I shall receive and what I shall not receive, basically. So I said, oh, okay, because you don't know all the connections, right? Hey, you learn something all the time. All right, well, let me get off of here, and hope everybody's having a great day.
Ah, you said that already, Mr. Ed.
I did. Hey, I got up this morning, had some coffee, started watching the Three Stooges, and I got happy. And I got to thinking about this, and I thought, hey, I'm going downstairs and do a video, huh? Yes, so that's what I did. All right, let me go. See y'all later. Have a great day.